Hi, this is Nell Foster with Joyous Garden, and today I'm going to tell you how to prune a perennial salvia. Salvias are such a popular garden plant. They're both annuals and perennials, but as I said today, I'm talking about the perennial kind, and there are over 800 different salvias in case you didn't know. But this one right here is Salvia hot lips, and it falls under the category of a woody salvia. So it'll form a new growth and flowers off the existing wood that it already has. And if it gets too old, I don't think it's going to come back if you cut it back really hard, because I've done that with one quite a few years ago and it never came back. So it's good to keep up on the pruning of the woody ones. And they get very leggy too. They just get this kind of crazy rangy form. This one got pruned back pretty heavy in the fall. I'm actually in Pacifica, California, which is just south of San Francisco. So it's a climate that doesn't freeze, so that's why it could be cut back in the late fall. And so that's when you would cut that one. You can also prune them in the spring too, because there's that. Some people like to do their pruning in the fall, some like to do it in the spring. And then if you just keep up on the pruning, I prune this one once or twice during the season, and it's going to give it more bloom and keep it under control. The other kind that I'm going to show you is the herbaceous salvia, and it sends out its growth, and that growth that comes out is all going to die or freeze, and it's the new growth that comes from the base that's going to give you the flowering for the next season. And I'm going to show you that one later, because I have a herbaceous salvia to show you too. But right now I'm going to go in and show you how I would prune this salvia. This particular one is Salvia hot lips. So what you do on this one, first of all, I'm going to show you that woody growth I was talking about. Here's the woody growth of the salvia. That's why it's called a woody salvia. So here's the one that I'm going to show you on right here. And because it is only the end of May, it is really the beginning of its bloom season, I would cut it about right here. Just like that, just above this new growth here. And then that's going to come out, and it's going to give you the flower stems off of there. There is a lot to prune in this yard. So with a salvia like this that has many stems, I'm not going to go singly throughout and do it. I just did this one prune to show you. But what I would do is I would wait until it was all done pruning, and then I would take that cut I just showed you, and then I would just go across and I would prune it even. And it's going to look a little bit buzzed cut at first. I wouldn't never do that to a shrub or a hedge, because it would take it a while to come back. But these grow so fast, it's going to come right back up. And that's the easiest way and to do it. It's just to do the prune all at once. You can do them singly if you have the time. Perhaps you only have a pot or two that have the salvias in it, then you could do it that way if you wanted to get rid of the spent blooms. But with a 1/4 acre garden like this, I do it all at one time, and that's how I prune this one, to promote better health and to promote more flowering. And now we're over here at the Salvia leucantha, which is a very common salvia, also known as Mexican bush sage. And a herbaceous perennial has soft stems. And these older stems, which this is last year's growth, die off or they freeze. And then this new growth that comes out from the base of the plant. So ideally this would have all been cut out and cut back. And I'm going to go in and show you. I'm going to pull back and show, because as you can see, if the old growth is not cut out, it does look a little bit on the ratty side. I live in Santa Barbara, where these things grow to be huge shrubs, and when people don't cut them back, they just look really ratty. Okay, so I'm going to just pretend this is a totally spent flower, and what I would do is clip it, because there's some new growth coming there. I would clip it there, and then that's going to force that new growth to come out here. But as you can see, if left unpruned, they get very big. This is Nell Foster, and I have just shown you how to prune a perennial salvia.